Man, as y'all know, the NBA podcasting world is getting crazier and crazier by the day. You hearing new stories, people getting into it now. But we came here for a little fun episode. This your boy Stevo Speaks on NBA Central with my boy Bobby Valentino. Hey, that man Patrick and Rashad McCants went at it. And we gonna talk about it after this. Oh man.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
Man, I tell people all the time, it's something about when you press that record button that makes another person come out of you.
Yeah.
And, well, as many people y'all know on Gil's Arena, if y'all pay attention to Gil's Arena, them fools crazy. Them
Yes.
fools
They
crazy.
are.
They ain't got no censor. They don't care about nobody's thing. But before we get into the juices of things, first of all, I want to get your thoughts. What are your thoughts on a lot of these NBA players getting into the podcasting realm?
Me, I think it's very entertaining. Honestly, I like it. I love it because they tell stories we never really hear about, or they give details of a story. You know what I'm saying? Details from a story to where they filling in the holes. For an example, Jeff Teague on his podcast, we knew that Jimmy Butler was a crazy mofo and what he did to Carl Anthony Towns during practice while he was with Jimmy Butler's time with the Minnesota Timberwolves. But we didn't know that this man was chilling, getting a massage, then hopped up and went and bust their ass in a tracksuit. and pretty much told and pretty much beat Carl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and the starters with G Leaguers. We knew that, but all the extra details was definitely, it made the story better, and it's honestly why a lot of people respect the hell out of Jimmy Butler. So the podcast is good, man, and they give a different perspective, and they also able to share their truth and how they feel about the NBA. So I love it.
Yeah, true. I'm somewhat the same way. I love to hear the perspective of other perspectives on things. That's all I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a movie watcher or anything. I get on YouTube and I listen to stories from any type of sport, anything. I like documentaries and stuff
Me
like
too.
that. So I
Fact.
like to get into stuff like that. So like, yeah, I just first and then because another thing about me is I used to write books and I'm a writer, so I can notice when somebody is a good storyteller. And a
Right.
lot of these dudes like KG, Jeff T, people around like they is some good storytellers. But a little caveat I would say is I'm not a big fan of current players like that's currently in the league
I
and
agree. That's
that's
fair.
playing. Like there's probably maybe one or like I don't mind Pat Bev and I don't mind Draymond because the way they think the game. I
Right.
want to hear it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just like I mean I love PG stuff, but at the same time it's like you really you're at this point in this career where I need you to focus in and try to
Fact.
win a championship. I
Fact.
don't really want you sitting here talking about basketball as if you're retired or something. So
Right.
that was just one thing.
I agree.
But yeah, how you feel about that? Just a little bit.
I mean, I agree with you. It's because, and then that shit, that type of stuff just add fuel to the fire, especially when you in a matchup. And Draymond Green, he gets sent home, and soon as after playoffs, and then you go right to the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm,
before you play somebody, you know what I'm saying? You telling them, you sending shots out to Dylan Brooks or something like that, and you was right. But what if you was wrong? You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Because it can always tilt against you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you on that. I think that, look, I ain't never gonna stop somebody from hustling and making their money because that's an extra stream of income. You already making millions. Now you finna make a few more thousands or however much you make doing your thing. So I'm not 100% against it, but I definitely understand that, like, especially with Paul George, bro.
Mhm.
You got more episodes on podcast than game played right now
That's
in the last few years. So
hey.
it's if I was the GM of that team, I'd be like, all right, cool, do your thing, but can we get some commitment to the team as well? You know what I mean?
I 100% agree. Now it's time to get into the meat and potatoes. So, as y'all know, on Gilbert Arenas, they have a crazy character by the name of former NBA player Rashad McCants. Just a little background on people that don't know. First of all, for all the people that say he can't, y'all never heard of him. Yeah, he was a low key player, but dude ain't no scrub. He was a first round, 14th pick back in what 2005. Was drafted to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Most of his stint in the NBA was in Minnesota from 2005 to 2009, and then he had a little stint in Sacramento, and then from there he pretty much bounced around the D League and overseas and such and such and such. So with that being said, you know how if you watch the Gibbs Man, you know how he is. He's a character. He's funny in a way. He be saying some outlandish things at times. So I don't really necessarily know the origins of this. I don't know if I think I heard that it started on Pat Bev's platform. He said that they was in a workout around 2010, so this will be around the same time. So it adds up. It's around the time where Rashad was still trying to fight to stay in the league. Like I said, it was in 2010. That was his stint after Sacramento in 2009. And Pat Bear said he made him quit in the workout. Yeah, he said it on podcast on air, so it's like we already knew it was gonna be a retort. So we're gonna play this clip. It's a small clip of what kind of transpired during that time.
Is it obvious?
You ain't gonna help me.
Is it obvious?
You ain't got my back, Gilbert. You ain't got my back.
That's what Gilbert don't even want to join the side. They said they ran me off the floor, and they didn't. They didn't. But that's the I got hurt. But that's what's my story, their story. That's all it is. But I can't take this thing run you off the floor, Gilbert. From my perspective, no. What do you mean from your perspective? It's a yes or no question. From theirs, it's no. They did.
Out of Lakers.
How about this?
You bring an overseas guy in, fly me in to LA to rebound, and then draft me?
What hotel did they put you up at?
No. She cold. You fly her in to go out.
And don't do nothing with her?
Hey, we can't pick McCants. Hey, Trev, we can't pick McCants. No. He got an attitude problem. He's this, he's that. We gotta make sure McCants is who McCants is. So we'll take this young nigga from overseas because McCants got to prove to us we want to humble him.
Right. And you got humble.
So we're going to draft this kid from overseas.
So we going to draft
from overseas because we got to make sure that this nigga right here who was the first round draft pick from North Carolina, champion, all of that shit, guaranteed fucking bucket. Guaranteed fucking bucket. We got to make sure he is who he say he is.
And how did that work?
It worked out perfect, nigga. What the fuck you mean?
What you do?
I don't have to do shit. I'm me.
I don't know what that means.
How many careers panned out for everybody, my nigga?
I didn't talk about careers.
Yes. So what are you talking about? How did it work out?
How did it work out for
you? What do you mean?
How did it work out for you?
In what sense?
In any sense.
I'm me. I'm right here, right now, nigga. The fuck you mean?
So
what do you mean? How did it work out?
Hold on.
Nigga, I'm here. What do you mean?
Love it.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, I love it. I mean, look, it is what it is, bro. Everybody career pan out differently, but you can't be mad at the young Bulls for trying to come and take your spot. That's just the nature of the game, man. It's just the nature of the game. It's gonna be in any form of business. Hell, even if you're working at McDonald's, somebody gonna try to come take your job.
It's a 15-year-old that's on your ass. That's gonna be turned 16.
Oh, the real. And ready to go make a few dollars and say, hey, how may I help you? On the real. So when it comes down to that, I just think that, hey, I love it. It's just competition, and that's just how it is. That's how it is.
But I ain't gonna lie, he started to have a little thing where I'm finna say, like, man, you pulling a McCants. You pulling a McCants. He pulled a McCants because he said he tried to play this whole narrative of I was a troubled player. They didn't like me like that. My behavior issues was a thing.
Right.
That was the reason why he wasn't in the he didn't end up technically winning the workout.
Right.
And he said it in the thing and earlier, I don't know if people catch it, he said he was already kind of dealing with an injury. So he was basically saying my leg hurt, I'm done. And in Pat Bev asked, he like, you didn't finish the workout. I made you quit. So
Right.
that's why they picked me. And he's like, nah, you think they finna pick you over somebody that went first round, 14 pick out of North Carolina? That's a guaranteed bucket, guaranteed everything out of a dude, out of some young dude, out of the which was Pat Bear was playing overseas, and then like he said, didn't get used. We didn't see Patrick Bell really come on the scene like that until like 2 years later with the Houston Rockets.
Right.
So it was just like, don't try to use. It's like you just try to use. It's funny to see them use all type of excuse they can. And Pat, it's hey, when you get two bulls coming at you like that, that's what you expect. It was fireworks.
Yeah, and I respect it, man. And me personally, I feel like that you could say that. Look, I'm too damn little to make it to the NBA. Let's make it clear. I'm vertically challenged. Everything will get blocked. Everything will get blocked. I'll keep it a buck. Everything will get blocked. It's never gonna happen for me. But from the outside looking in, when you talk about first round selected at 14, to me, yes, you made it. Your dream came true. But what about some of the second round players who are now considered some of the best players in the NBA, like a Joker? So if Joker was arguing with somebody who was selected in the first round, it don't matter because the man selected in the second round, MVP 2 times, and now an NBA champion. So you earned that. You went in, you did everything you were supposed to, and you were selected in that first round. But what happened after that? And that's why I side with Pat Bev when he was like, okay, so what happened? Bro. So that's why I get it, because yes, you were selected, but what transpired after that? Did you put the work in? Did you become something? And he played years in the league, so it wasn't all bad. But Pat Bev, he got a solid point too.
Yeah, to go off a solid point. I'm looking at the accolades. Said Pat Bev, all NBA team, first team 2017, a 2-time All NBA defensive team, second team, NBA Hustler Award, a Euro Cup MVP, all Euro Cup first team, second team Russia Cup winner, and then you go to Rashad McCants, and everything is college.
Yeah. See, and that's what makes it different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own paths, and I never sit there and shit on somebody's path, especially when you made it to the league that everybody wants to play in. You definitely get somebody they kudos to that. And I don't hold no place in that argument because I ain't never made it. But when you going up against somebody and y'all having that conversation,
hey, all bets on the table.
You feel me? That young boy, Pat Bev, Chicago's own. He could speak his mind, and he could speak it the right way.
Hey, he gave y'all some valid points. I ain't gonna lie. I love you, Rashad, but he cooked you just a little bit. He cooked you just a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, man, we just wanted a little episode, just a little fun episode to get out there, just to talk about some of these newly podcasters and how sometimes I don't know if they're ready to be podcasts because hey, Rashad McCants got a little personal. It was a whole nother 30 seconds on that clip that I just couldn't do it. I gave you enough, but I had to stop.
Go tune in.
But yeah, if y'all want to see the whole, them mugs went in for a good 45 minutes. So go ahead, go over to Gibbs Arena and watch that. That was funny. Yeah, man, it's just been another episode here on NBA Central with Stev0 Speaks and Bobby. Hey, make sure y'all tune in to more episodes. The whole channel, the whole game, NBA Central, White Sox and Cubs Central, Blackhawks Central, my boys at Chicago Bull Podcast with C-Dub and Bobby Hayes over there with Shot Central as well. Hey, we'll come with y'all with another video real soon.
Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.